Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to Supper with Sean. Sorry I'm late. Ended up taking a ride with a neighbor here at the farm, and we went to look at some tile and some bottom ground, and then ran into another neighbor. And so, as farming life goes, it's not always convenient for the floor tile. Unfortunately, not floor tile. We're talking about farm tile and drainage. And it's amazing how much water we deal with as farmers, and makes it one of those things when you talk about WOTUS and Waters of the U.S., how important it is to be involved politically. At this tile, that's actually, if you look behind me, way in the bottoms where that tree line is, that's where this tile runs. And there's some farmable wetlands back there that the neighbor farms, and so it's one of those things that, as I'm thinking today, and this really was something that I wanted to talk about last night, but feel like I want to talk about it tonight. So that's what we're talking about, and kind of the world outside. In light of recent events around the country, and I've refrained from making any comments about that, the Orlando shooting and other shootings that have occurred, and terrorism and things like that around the U.S. And I'll tell you what, it's unfortunate and it's sad. But one thing I just wanted to talk about tonight is how much we take for granted this background that I have behind me. And I'm at the neighbor's place still, and I stepped away for just a few minutes to do this. But as we look at the world around us, and we are so blessed, and we take for granted what we have, what we don't think about every day, the problems that don't exist when this is our back door. And yes, we need to think about and be aware of our surroundings. I talked about that a couple weeks ago, about how are we aware of what's going on around us. But in the Midwest, and arguably across this country, as farmers, we don't have to deal with a bunch of bull crap that exists within the world. And as you think about how do you impact people around you, and who are you involved with, and how do you make a difference? Because yeah, we could send money to Orlando, or we could send money to wherever, or we could be involved in different ways, but it's all about how do you make a difference locally. And you have to start out your back door. And so I just think that as we talk about farming and Farming Friday, and as I'm up here now 2 days at the farm, took a little time off to get rejuvenated from work, but just looking at the growth of my soybeans in the past 2 days, and really enjoying the scenery behind me that you can see as I look around. And we are so oblivious to what goes on in the world around us, and we're pretty fortunate that we don't have to deal with that. But the fact is that other people have to, and we need to be conscious of what's going on around us. But how do we make an impact locally with the people and things that we're involved with? And at the end of the day, that's what's important, because each one of us, we could try to make a difference in the world. And I don't want to stray you from trying to do that, because some of you are blessed with the ability to do that. But each one of us have a different way of making an impact locally. And I think that's where you have to start. So as we think about Farming Friday and what we have available to us, and this beautiful landscape behind us, and how blessed we are to have this, and we don't have to worry about a lot of things that exist in the world. Just take a minute and be thankful for that tonight. I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful day here. It's 85 degrees, perfect corn and soybean growing. We just had 2 inches of rain this week. Working on a suntan here, and sunglasses are doing well today. But just take a minute and be thankful for the fact that we have families, we have friends, we're around great people, and we don't have to deal with a lot of stuff that the rest of the world and the country has to deal with. But we certainly need to be mindful of that. Be aware of your surroundings. Think about those people. Understand how you want to make a difference. And be grateful this weekend. Thankful for the opportunity to work in agriculture or be involved in agriculture, or whatever your full-time job might be. That hopefully you're thankful for that, and if you're not, maybe you need to consider a different career opportunity. But be thankful for that, and realize though how much of a bubble we live in as farmers, and certainly we deal with a lot of outside influences every day, but you know, we're oblivious to a lot of that. So be thankful for that, understand and appreciate it, and you know, we'll pray for another beautiful day on the farm as we roll into the weekend. As I'm actually at the neighbor's place here, and you can see some of the bottom ground and the tree lines that surround us. But be thankful for the wind, the rain, the moon, the stars, the people around you, the small towns that we live in, the big towns that we might live in, but most of all, the importance of people around us, whether that be family and friends, the opportunity to do what we love, and really be involved in the Midwest, where we aren't dealt with so much adversity that other parts of the country and arguably the world are. So be thankful this weekend. With that, that's Farming Friday. Supper with Sean. Have a great weekend, everybody. You betcha.